we welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are here at Sidney High School, the Hive, where the Piqua Indians will take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. My name's Brandon Coverman. Glad you can join us here. You're looking live at the Hive at Sidney High School, where the Piqua Indians will take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Well, let's take a first look at the Piqua Indians this year. They are led by first-year head coach Bruce Vanover, and they are in last place right now in the Valley Division. They're 2-10 on the season. Their 2 wins have come against Stebbins and also Fairborn in tight tilts. Their last game, they lost to Butler 57-7. Actually, they played Ben Logan on Monday. That score is not reported. According to the Miami Valley League website, they're at 2-10 on this season. Just taking a look at their statistics and really who they are led by this year. If you want to really take a look at this team overall for Piqua, some of their leaders this year, when you really look in the points category, you have to look at players like Abby Brookhart, Abby Lambert, Devea Cooper, Aubrey Carroll, Audrey Bean. That's their starting lineup. That's where their points are going to come from, and that's who's going to lead this team here tonight. And we'll come back and preview Sidney after the playing of our national anthem here on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back here to NKTelco Sports, and again, as we are back here for high school basketball, did not get quite to the preview of the Sidney girls like I wanted to, but Sidney at 10-3 on the year, and they are first right now in the Valley Division right now. Piqua sitting at last in the Miami division, and Sidney's really been cruising undefeated in the whole Miami Valley League. They defeated Piqua earlier in the season 75-16. We know a lot of their players that they're led by Allie Stockton, Reagan Clark, and Lexi Brewer, just to name a few for Sidney. And we take a look at our Emerson Climate Technology starting lineups for the Piqua Indians. Number 1, 5'9", junior, Abby Brookhart. Number 3, 5'3", sophomore, Abby Lambert. Number 4, 5'9", sophomore, Devea Cooper. And number 11, 5'6", sophomore, Aubrey Carroll. And rounding out the lineup, number 25, 5'7", sophomore, Audrey Bean. The head coach of the Piqua Indians in this first season is Mr. Bruce Vanover. Now the Emerson Climate Technology starting lineups for the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Number 3, a 5'7" senior, Lexi Brewer. Number 34, a 6'1" senior, Reagan Clark. Number 22, a 5'10" sophomore, Khalees McNeil. Number 5, a 5'8" sophomore, Jordan Scully. And rounding out the lineup, a 5'9" senior, Allie Stockton. The Sidney Yellow Jackets are coached by Jamal Foster in his 4th season in charge of the Lady Yellow Jackets. So before we tip off this game, let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for the Piqua Indians, talking to Coach Bruce Vanover. He wanted us to minimize the turnovers. Wants effective defensive transition. He knows the Jackets like to get out and run. Wants good offensive rebounding as well. Sidney wants, taking a look at their keys to the game, they want to have good shot selection. They want to be able to get out and run wide, as they like to do often. And they also want to be able to take care of the basketball. Piqua comes out in a zone, which is not any surprise. The Jackets face a lot of zone in their first matchup. The Piqua Indians won the JV contest 29-12 as Stockton lets it fly from the right wing. Scully, the sophomore, gets the rebound. Clark on the inside finds Allie Stockton, and Stockton gets the scoring started. Allie Stockton, the future Findlay Oiler, 30 seconds in, has given Sidney a 2-0 lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Lambert with the basketball. Lambert looking to find a teammate. Lambert swings around to Carroll on the left side. Brewer almost took it away. Sidney still without Kimara Johnson. We'll get her back soon from injury. And ball gonna deflect. It'll stay with Piqua. Or sorry, I should say Kiera Hudgens. Excuse me. From injury soon. Carroll on the inside for Piqua, throws up the shot, it's no good. Stockton with the rebound, pushes it up ahead to Brewer. Brewer in transition back to Stockton, cross-court pass to Reagan Clark. Clark does a shot fake on the inside. Clark out to Stockton in the corner to Scully. Last game, 10-0 in the Miami Valley League, but Piqua's 0-3 to non-conference opponents. They've lost to Russia, Purcell, Marion, and Tri-Village. Tri-Village, the last loss for Sidney right on New Year's Eve, actually. A shot no good by Clark. She gets the offensive rebound. Will go to the line for 2, so Reagan Clark will shoot 2 free throws. But right before Christmas break right before the New Year turned over, Sidney lost their last game. They lost to 2 of the better teams in the really D4, and they lost to a very good D3 power in Purcell Marion, as Clark hits the free throw. Sidney, 59 points a game. They're giving up 31. As Clark splits the pair from the line, Stockton puts it back up and in. Allie Stockton with 4 points. Again, looking to possibly become the all-time leader in girls basketball history here at Sidney. And see if they're going to say it's a Piqua turnover. Sidney trying to challenge the inbound here. Trying to press this Piqua basketball team here a little in the backcourt. Again, Stockton leading this team in points per game. 15.5 has dipped a little bit from her 17-point average lately as they get the turnover. 11 points a game from Jordan Scully, 9 from Larkin Gordemar. This team has really thrived here lately, and wide open in the corner with Stockton, no good. Piqua able to rebound, trying to get out the pressure here is Audrey Bean. Bean takes that run jump from Sidney, and it's a jump ball. Bean gets the ball in the lane, throws up the shot, it's no good. Rebound down to sophomore Khalees McNeil. Lexi Brewer with the basketball, gonna go on the right side to Scully. Scully gives a shot fake back over to Brewer. Brewer in the corner, Clark gonna let it fly. The Jackson Center transfer last year, no good. Scully, the weak side rebound, and puts it in, and Coach Bruce Vanover wants a timeout. And we'll take it with them. All timeouts this year brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Sidney 7, Piqua nothing on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, out the Precision Strip timeout. It is a 7-0 Sidney lead here as they're just applying pressure here to try to drain this Piqua team. They defeated them 76-15 earlier in the season, this double round robin of the Miami Valley League. As Piqua struggling to get it in, that's a 5-second count. Bruce Vanover did not want to take another timeout. And Bruce Vanover, for anyone that did not know, his first year at Piqua, has won over 200 games in his career as Stockton gets the basketball in the corner. Stockton on the inside to Clark. Clark shot no good. Nice defense by the Lady Indians on the inside. He had, coming into the season, 214 career wins and 140 losses. He last season was the head coach of neighboring school Miami East and had a 17-7 record last year. And Piqua over the last 2 years has had a record of 7-38. And trying to rebuild this Piqua team, he said, I think it was time for the change. It's about taking the Piqua job. I feel like it was a nice little opportunity to coach at a Division I program. And he has coached against many of the teams in the Miami Valley. He's coached the boys at Lehman Catholic and Graham, and also the Miami East girls. So this is his 4th different school he's coached at in the area. So he's really familiar, especially to people in Miami County. Stockton in the corner fires a 3, can't quite hit it. Piqua's giving him the 3. Stockton hasn't been able to can it from the corner early on. 5:09 here to go in the first quarter, and it is 10-3, or 7-0. Piqua over, or sorry, Sidney over Piqua. Excuse me. On NKTelco Sports, my name's Brandon Coverman. Glad you can join us. Number 4, Larkin Vordemark, a 5'9" sophomore wing in for Sidney. Scully gets in the middle to Clark, right downside to Vordemark, and Vordemark will take a trip to the line. Larkin Vordemark, the reliable sophomore off the bench for Coach Jamal Foster in his 4th season of coaching the Lady Jackets. Speak of turnarounds, Bruce Vanover wants to have a big-time turnaround for this Piqua girls program. I'll tell you what, Jamal Foster, as Larkin Vordemark hits that first free throw, has had a remarkable turnaround. This is a team that only in a 2-year span won 2 games. And he has initiated a turnaround that could see as Stockton gets a rebound, will shoot 2 free throws. might have win their fourth consecutive league title. Yeah, Stockton will go to the line. She shoots 66.7%, so about 2/3 of her free throws fall this year's season average-wise, and she cans the first one. 9-0. Sidney ahead on the First National Bank Pink First scoreboard. Coming in for the Piqua Indians is Logan Spradlin, a 5'5 junior. Second free throw for Stockton is good. Allie Stockton up to 6 points as we have another substitution here for Sidney. Coming in number 2. That is Kimora Johnson, a 5'5 junior. Kimora on the season just averaging 1.7 points a game, but provides that really scrappy wing defense for the Sidney Yellow Jackets as they get a turnover. Johnson goes to the left side to Stockton. Stockton to a wide open Brewer, and Lexi Brewer puts it in. 5'7 senior Lexi Brewer gets in the box score. Brewer averaging 5.4 points a contest, a little down from her 9 points a game she was averaging her sophomore year. She missed pretty much her entire junior year due to an ACL injury. It's a 12-0 Sidney advantage here with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Stockton going to be called for the reach. She reached her hand on the back side, and that's where she's going to get called for the foul by our official. Now inbounding will be Aubrey Carroll. Carroll looking to inbound. Gets it in the backcourt over to Lambert. Lambert going to the left side. Chased by a couple Sidney defenders. It'll still be Piqua basketball. Ball inbounded in the backcourt. It goes over to Abby Lambert. Lambert got away probably with a carry there. Gives off to Spradlin on the right side. Spradlin gives it up over to Brookhart. Back over to Carroll on the left wing. Over to Lambert. Back over to Cooper. And that's going to travel. Brewer, cross-court pass over to Kimora Johnson in the corner. Back over to Scully. Right side to Stockton. Stockton over to Brewer on the right side. Back to Stockton. Trying to work against this active Piqua zone, and it's going to force a turnover here, as it'll be Piqua basketball. 3:29 to go in the first quarter. It's 12-0 Sidney over Piqua as we have a substitution. Khalees McNeil going to come back into the lineup for this mix of veteran and some underclassmen here for Sidney. Again, a lot of these girls played on the team last year. That won a Miami Valley championship. And going right to the basket, we have a foul on Lexi Brewer, a reach. Share on the 5'3 sophomore Lambert. Only one senior on this Piqua team. It's Mihaela Bragg, a 5'5 senior. And Sidney gets a steal. Brewer on the right side. Brewer takes it out over to Vordemark. Three-pointer up from Johnson. It's no good. Khalees McNeil gets the rebound. Back over to Scully. Scully goes to the right side to Brewer. Cross-court pass to Vordemark in the corner to Khalees McNeil. And it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Sidney basketball. So we have a substitution here for Piqua. It's just the previously mentioned Mihaela Bragg as she comes in, the lone senior on this Piqua roster. Scully gets the basketball. In the corner to Lexi Brewer. Brewer back over to Scully on the right wing. Step over to Johnson to Brewer. Over to Scully. Sidney being patient here. Scully in the corner launches a three. It's too much. Logan Spradlin with the rebound. Spradlin Hits the brakes on the right side. She's trying to look for a teammate to get up. She gets up to Cooper. Nevaeh Cooper up over to Lambert. Goes to the left side to Bragg. Bragg throws up the shot, blocked by Khalees McNeil. Larkin Vordemark off and running, 2-on-2 break here. Hits it off of Carroll's knee, and it'll stay Sidney basketball. .218 to go in the first quarter. It is Sidney 12, Piqua nothing. My name's Brendan Coburn. Glad you can join us here on NKTelco Sports. Scully tries to give it up in the corner. Spradlin takes it away. Spradlin goes to the right side, cuts over, gets up over to Carroll, to the left side to Bragg. And it's going to be a kick. I think they're going to call a kick, and that's the right call there. Spradlin gets the ball near the timeline over there and gets it up over to Abby Brookhart. Brookhart to the right side over to Lambert. Lambert straddles that baseline to Spradlin. Spradlin going to fire a three, in and out. As Reagan Clark tracks down the rebound. Gets it up over to Scully. Sidney on a little bit of a scoring drought here. Vordemark up ahead, trying to change that. Shot's no good through the contact. And Piqua gets rebound. Sidney trying to get on the scoreboard here, or sorry, Piqua trying to get on the scoreboard here as they work it around. Bragg on the inside, straddles that baseline, gets it up, shot is no good to Lambert. McNeil with the rebound, and Scully up ahead, running up ahead to Vordemark, couldn't quite corral it. Vordemark turns back around though, shot's no good. Miscommunication there from Sidney, they didn't run the break very well. As we have a minute to go here in the first quarter on the First National Bank first scoreboard. Three from the right wing's no good. Stockton, the future Findlay Oiler, tracks down the rebound. Stockton in the open court to Scully on the right wing. Goes to the short corner back to Stockton. She's going to set up a three. Fired, clanks off the iron. Tracks down her own rebound. Goes to the basket. Shot is good and one. Count it for Allie Stockton. One of the greatest Sidney Yellow Jackets to ever do it. It's been a pleasure to watch her for 4 years and call her games here on NKTelco Sports. Stockton again, 15.5 points a game, and Stockton completes the and one, 9 points for Allie Stockton. Goes up to the left side over to Bragg. Bragg drives on the inside. Nice straight up defense by Khalees McNeil. Well, inbound, this should be a kick on Sidney. Well, inbound to Spradlin. Spradlin trying to get around Stockton. Gives it up over on the left side over to Lambert. Lambert gets the ball ripped away. Stockton's up ahead. Trying to break down Spradlin 2-on-1. Gives it up ahead to Vordemark. And Larkin Vordemark puts it in. 17-0 Sidney. And trickling seconds of the first quarter. And Stockton gets the basketball. She's got 1 second to lay it in and does at the horn. Allie Stockton, what a quarter for her, 11 points. It's a 19-0 Sidney Yellow Jacket lead over the Piqua Indians. We'll step aside here and come back to the second quarter of action. You're next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, the beginning of the second quarter of action between Sidney and Piqua after one quarter of play on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. It's Sidney 19, Piqua nothing. We'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of girls high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. So a 19-0 Sidney lead led by 11 first quarter points from Allie Stockton. So this first game between these two teams, 76-15. Sidney win over the Piqua Indians. The shot is no good. Stockton the rebound, and Stockton is spectacular here. A baker's dozen for Allie Stockton, who figures to hopefully pass Selena Taborn, who played at Furman and Butler University, respectively, as the school's all-time leading scorer against Stockton, going to play at Findlay, Division II college. We'll play with some locals there that we had on NKTelco Sports the past few years, in Janae Hoying and Ella Mesher from Minster. And it's Bragg with the basketball. Gets it up over to Brookhart. So over to the left side to Spradlin. Spradlin looking for Cooper in the lane. Cooper to the basket. Shot no good. Felice McNeil up ahead. Goes up to Stockton. Stockton fouled by Spradlin, who tried to poke it away. Substitutions for Piqua, and it's number 11, Aubrey Carroll, and number 25, Audrey Bean. Piqua sitting back in that zone. Vordemark over to Stockton. Clark over to Vordemark and puts it in. Larkin Vordemark's got 5, and it's a 23-0 Sidney lead over Piqua. 6.5 to go here till halftime as Carroll goes baseline, cut off by McNeil. This is the corner of Bean. She couldn't quite corral it. It's a Piqua turnover. Ball in the corner over to Reagan Clark on the right side of Brewer. Brewer gets that tipped away. Vordemark goes, retrieves it in the backcourt. And a near steal there by Piqua. Sidney recovers here. Brewer gives it up over to Stockton on the left side. Back over to Cleese McNeil. McNeil in the corner to Brewer. Brewer gets in the middle to Stockton. Stockton, that mid-range shot she's hit oh so many times in her career. 15 points on the night for Allie Stockton. We got a Precision Strip timeout, as Precision Strip sponsoring all our timeouts this year on NKTelco Sports. We'd like to thank our sponsors, because without them, we cannot bring you tonight's game. Our sponsors are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Koki Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, and Winners Meats. Our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Fuelsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securicom, and the St. Henry Bank. So again, my name's Brendan Coverman. Glad you can join us out of the Precision Strip timeout. Our score 25-0 Sidney over Piqua. 5:58 to go here until halftime. And again, it's a 10-3 Jacket team versus a 2-10 Piqua team as Stockton lays it in. Allie Stockton has 17 now on the night. And it's 27-0. As Clark hits a near tip here. Get on the inside to Cooper, who puts it in. Devea Cooper gets Piqua on the board, and Sidney scores the first 27. And finally breaks into the scoring column with 5:28 to go in the first quarter, or second quarter. As Vordemark responds, gets those 2 points right back. Larkin Vordemark has 7 for the 5'7" junior. Vordemark averaging 9.9 a game, which is impressive considering most times she's coming off the bench. Carroll in the short corner. Carroll shoots. Shot's no good. Clark corrals the rebound. Clark up ahead to Vordemark. Clark didn't put Vordemark in a good spot to go get that ball. As Sidney's next game will be Saturday against Stebbins. That's a home game that you can catch here. It's a game that you can catch here on NKTelco Sports. Myself and Scott Fry will be giving you the call on that game. JV game starts at approximately 10:30, so hopefully you can buy a ticket and join us here as Sidney will take on Stebbins. As we have a Sidney turnover, we'll take on the 4-9 Stebbins Indians, who Sidney defeated 50-18 earlier in the season. And then before Sidney goes Sunday, we'll go over to Pickerington Central, over to the Classic in the Country. I thought it may be going to the Classic in the Country. It says they're going to Pickerington Central. We're going to play Fort Erie International, based out of Canada. Now, Sidney's 10-0 in the Miami Valley League, but again, like I mentioned in the first quarter, as Devea Cooper goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws and hits the first. As Kamora Johnson's in the line, second foul on Brewer. Sidney has dropped all 3 non-league games this year. First to Racine, they lost 56-46. They lost on November 27th to Purcell Marion, 68-43. Then they lost to Tri-Village 60-53, which was an undefeated Tri-Village team. We know that's very good. That has a D1 player in Riley Sagster, a highly touted recruit in Morgan Hunt that's going to play at Division II basketball. Is Stockton from the right wing. Got it. She's got the hot hand tonight. Allie Stockton with 20 points already in the first half. It's 32-4 Sidney over Piqua, as again, this Tri-Village, I believe, is 13-0 out of the Western Ohio Athletic Conference, and Sidney's probably Sidney, besides maybe Roosh, is going in their closest game yet, as Vordemark gets the steal and the score, and Larkin Vordemark has 9 points for the sophomore. It's a 30-point jacket lead, 3:48 to go till halftime. Spradlin with the ball. Spradlin trying to drive. Wide open, takes a shot and in. Logan Spradlin scores, gets in the box score. 34-6 now on the First National Bank Pink First scoreboard. This ball goes in the corner. Stockton gonna pass up on it, even though she's probably feeling it. Gives it up over to Scully, trying to get the assist. Shot is no good, and it's gonna be Sidney basketball, and which Vanover probably has a valid point. Should have been a foul called there. This ball's inbounded. Vordemark gets it. Vordemark gets it on the inside to Reagan Clark. Clark shot no good. Rebound goes down to Carroll, and it's nice to have Reagan Clark for the second half of the season, something Sidney didn't have last year, sitting out due to transfer rules. Carroll to the basket. Nice drive by Carroll. Shot didn't fall, though. Carroll scored 8 points in that JV contest earlier. Vordemark up ahead. She takes the shot. It's no good. Rebound off of Scully, and it'll be Piqua basketball. Sidney nearly getting a turnover there. Kamora Johnson applying pressure in backcourt. Over to Audrey Bean. Bean in the lane. He's up, shot no good. Cooper with the basketball. It's up over to Bean. Bean takes the shot. It falls well short. Rebound down to Scully. Over to Stockton, and Stockton just been spectacular. A magician. This half, 22 points for Alessandria Stockton. This is how you pronounce her full name, better known as Allie Stockton. And I said maybe the greatest player Sidney girls have ever had in their storied history. Spradlin up ahead, takes the shot, falls well short. And Stockton having a historic first half here, 22 points as Khalees McNeil going to return to the lineup for Sidney, and number 3, Abby Lambert, 5'3", sophomore, back in the lineup for Coach Bruce Vanover's Indians. It's under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Here on Miami Valley League action, Kimora Johnson drives and loses the basketball. It'll be Piqua basketball. Sidney's had a few turnovers, more turnovers this quarter than they did the last. Spradlin gives it up over to Bean. Bean gives it up over to Cooper, and shot is blocked by Stockton. Again, 22 points in the first half for her. And we got a timeout by Coach Bruce Vanover. All timeouts brought to you this year on NKTelco by Precision Strip. We'll take it with them. 1:27 to go till halftime, 36-6. Sidney over Piqua on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NKTelco Sports at the Precision Strip timeout. Our score, Sidney 36, Piqua 6 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And shot is blocked on the inside by Reagan Clark. Up ahead to Khalees McNeil. Her shot is blocked, and it'll be Piqua basketball, as it must have went off Khalees McNeil last. Bean going to try to give it up to Spradlin. Poked away by Brewer. Indians lose it. Clark going to go up ahead to Scully. Scully to the basket, scores. Jordan Scully has got 4 points. It's a 38-6 Sidney lead. Deflected, and it'll stay Piqua basketball. Stockton picks it off. Stockton going to be unselfish and try to give it up ahead over to Scully. Scully fouled from behind, and Stockton with 22 points. Just gives it up to her teammate Jordan Scully. And, you know, really from when Allie Stockton had come in, it's supposed to be the third foul on Audrey Bean. You know, ever since Stockton walked in as a freshman, this program's really been hers. You know, her and the combination of Lexi Brewer. I remember calling their I actually had the privilege to call their first game of her high school career over when they played at Russia. It was a team, you know, Sidney won no games the year before. The coach left, Jamal Foster's first year in the regime, their first game in Russia. You know, facing a very respected Russia squad, did not know what to expect out of Sidney. And Stockton comes in, has a great game. Russia made an amazing shot to tie it up late, forced into overtime. The Raiders won, but you just saw from there that Sidney's going to have something special for the next 4 years, and they've added pieces, Stockton and Brewer. Kimura Johnson's come over here. Reagan Clark transferred over. Khalees McNeil, Jordan Scully, Larkin Vordemark added last year and this year. And Scully puts it up ahead off the assist from Brewer, and it's a 31-point lead, and this holds at the halftime break. It'll initiate running clock, and it will, as it's a 41-6 Sidney lead going into halftime. We'll step aside, come back with the first half stats and recap here next on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Back here on NKTelco Sports at the halftime break, our score Sidney 41, Piqua 6. Let's take a look at the individual scoring breakdown in the first half for this game. First for the Piqua Indians, they were led with Davea Cooper with 4. Logan Spradlin had 2. And for the Sidney Yellow Jackets, they were led. Allie Stockton had 22 points to lead that first half. They had 2 from Lexi Brewer, 1 from Reagan Clark. And they had 9 from Larkin Vordemark and 7 from Jordan Scully. After the first quarter, our score was 19-0. Sidney scored at the halftime break 41-0 Sidney over Piqua. So Sidney going to start with a little unique lineup the second half. You're going to have Kimura Johnson, Kendall Dickman, Jada Schroyer, who both Schroyer and Dickman played in that JV contest. Khalees McNeil and Larkin Vordemark. And for Sidney, it's going to be Logan Spradlin, Abby Brookhart, Davea Cooper, Aubrey Carroll, and Abby Lambert. Spradlin, top of the key, will fire up a 3. It's no good. Schroyer over to the left side to Vordemark. Sidney going to stay in that zone, or sorry, Piqua going to stay in that zone. Dickman on top of the key. I'll try to get it up over to Khalees McNeil. It's going to be turned over by the Jackets. Carroll at the ball on the left side. Carroll trying to drive. It's ball up over to Spradlin. Spradlin looking for a teammate to give it to. Spradlin going to the basket. And kick it around. And it's a turnover for Piqua. Jada Schroyer brings the basketball up for the freshman. Has played very well on the JV team. The JV team did fall, though, to Piqua 29-12 earlier tonight. Schroyer had 7 points in that game, a promising freshman. You could see get some more varsity time next year, and will be a key contributor going forward in the Jamal Foster era. But it's really rebuilt this Sidney program as there's a travel by Larkin Vordemark. Again, it looks like Sidney resting some of their other starters. Only starter that's out there from the first half is Khalees McNeil. Again, you think the Sidney team's going away after this year after Stockton and Brewer graduate, and also Reagan Clark. I beg to differ. I mean, you take a look at this team, and they're going to bring back next year a fully healthy Kira Hudgens. They're going to bring back Khalees McNeil. They're going to bring he'll be a junior. Jordan Scully will be a junior. They'll bring back Larkin Vordemark, who's a junior. Jada Schroyer will get some time up on varsity as a sophomore as well. So, and Kendall Dickman might even advocate for some time as well. So Sidney's going to have a very good team that's going to compete in the Miami Valley League next year, despite losing a lot of good players. So we have a timeout on the floor. All timeouts this year on NKTelco Sports are brought to you by Precision Strip, and let's thank our sponsors here again on NKTelco Sports, because without them we would not be able to bring you this game here tonight. They're Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Also Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. As we're back here on NKTelco Sports out of the Precision Strip timeout, it is a 41-6 Sidney lead with the running clock now initiated. Again, that's a rule as it's 30 points or more ahead, and that's initiated as Jada Schroyer kicks off the second half of scoring. Schroyer now in the box score. As Vordemark gets a steal, Vordemark up ahead. Vordemark looking to maybe dish it off. Shot is no good. And Schroyer is fouled trying to get the rebound. Dickman inbounds the basketball to Schroyer to the right side. Over to Khalees McNeil. Schroyer back out near the center circle, goes in the corner to Dickman off her hands. Dickman goes back to Kimora Johnson, over to Larkin Vordemark. Vordemark in the lane, shot is deflected. We'll stay with Sidney as we have a substitution for Piqua. Number 34, Ashlyn Sullivan, a 5'5" junior, will come back into the lineup for Piqua. As Devea Cooper, lead scorer tonight for Piqua, 4 points, going to come out. As the clock continues to roll, about halfway through the third quarter already, Kimora Johnson fires up a three, clanks off the iron. Only been able to muster 2 points total between the two teams halfway through the third quarter. Again, running clock does have some effect on that, but the running clock was initiated in tournament basketball. Spradlin goes up and goes right up ahead, and Sidney turns it over. The running clock was initiated a couple years ago. There's a three from the left wing. It's no good. And Sidney looks like they're about going to have a line change here, bringing most of the rest of their starting lineup here in a second to get them some minutes in the second half. Dickman in the corner. Back up Vordemark over to Schroyer. Schroyer going to drive back over to Vordemark. Looks like, the running clock was initiated in tournament play a couple years ago to avoid any lopsided games. In tournament, it made a little more sense. I was talking about this on a broadcast last night. I had a running clock as well as Schroyer misses the shot. That running clock doesn't benefit anyone because players, Coach Bruce Vanover at Piqua is trying to build up a program, and you're getting less playing time. You get 22 games a year, but, you're not playing every single day, and, you're not playing year round like an NBA player might. And our kids' high school sports, you're kind of taking that time away as we have nearly a line change. It's going to be the original starting 5 besides Jada Schroeder. She's going to get an opportunity to play with the big guns tonight. You're up on varsity, even though she does split some time between the JV and varsity anyway, which we see that as a popular theme in especially girls basketball, it seems like, with the teams with low numbers. Shot blocked there. Reagan Clark gets the rebound. Up ahead over to Allie Stockton. Again, Sidney with 2 games this weekend. Scully from the corner hits the 3. Jordan Scully joins Allie Stockton in double figures. As Jordan Scully now with 10. It's a 46-6 Sidney lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard over Piqua. My name's Brandon Coburn. Glad you can join us in Sidney trapping here. Piqua struggling to get it in. They do get it in the backcourt, though. Might be trying that run and jump here maybe again. The shot just rims out there for Abby Lambert. Scully up on the right side, over to Brewer in the short corner. Brewer over to Stockton. Gonna hand it off to Schroyer. Schroyer on the left side, back over to Brewer. In the corner over to Scully. Scully gonna shot fake on a 3. Gonna whip it over to Schroyer. Back to Brewer. In the corner to Stockton. Stockton gonna let it fly. Stockton in and out. Her first shot attempt of the second half after a masterful 22-point performance in the first half for Allie Stockton. As let's see, maybe it's a foul on Jada Schroyer. Her first, team's first. And I got to see a substitutions for both teams. Mahela Bragg in for Piqua. Number 50, Lexus Wilson. Another senior for Sidney. One of 4 seniors on this Sidney roster, making her first appearance and playing that JV game as well, as Piqua struggling to get it in, and a foul on Sidney. As the clock continues to run. Piqua's got 5 seconds after the inbound to get it in, and they get a nice look under the basket. That's the score for Abby Brookhart. And the third quarter of play is over with. Our score, Sidney 46, Piqua 8. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Welcome back here to NKTelco Sports. Beginning of the fourth quarter of action of girls high school basketball between Sidney and Piqua. My name's Brandon Coverman. Glad you can join us here on NKTelco Sports. Our score is Sidney 46, Piqua 8. We'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of girls high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and NKTelco.com/sports. So if you want to catch any Sidney games, boys, girls, basketball or football or volleyball, you can catch us here. You can buy a season pass on NKTelco Sports. I believe a season pass can get you all the boys and girls games this year for Sidney. We'll have the Sidney girls game Saturday against Stebbins. That's a game that I'll be on the call for, along with Scott Fry as Lexus Wilson gets on the inside. Shot is no good for Wilson. Shot on the inside by Bragg. It's no good. Rebound to Reagan Clark. And Reagan Clark, just a little bit of a brain fart. She is a senior, but just had a little bit of a lapse there. And she walked, and the ball goes right back to Piqua. Ball over to the senior Bragg. Bragg is up and is fouled by Alexis Wilson. As Wilson will go over and talk to Jamal Foster. Foster, a 2007 graduate of Sidney High School. Again, like I've mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he turned over this program, a program that in 2018 won 2 games. The 2017-2018 season won 2 games. And the 2018-2019 season did not even win a single game. And immediately, his first year here, they won the Miami Valley League. And they've won the Miami Valley again 2 years in a row as Sidney turns it over. And Carroll will return to the lineup here in a second for Piqua. Turned around this program, and now, is on pace to possibly win his 4th straight Valley Division title here. And that's a similar type turnover that Coach Bruce Vanover is looking for. Again, we said he won 216 career games as Cooper on the inside. Shot is no good. He's trying to have that similar type turnaround here at Piqua. As his Indians stand at 2-10 right now. Kimora Johnson from the right wing bangs home a 3. Kimora Johnson gets in the box score. Six different Jackets have scored, a 49-10 Jacket advantage here on the First National Bank First scoreboard. As the clock continues to roll, 5.5 minutes to go here. I think Coach Bruce Vanover has coached, just most recently last year was coach at Miami East High School, Division III. And like I said earlier, he said when he got the job, he wanted the challenge of Division I basketball, which a lot of coaches, have seen do over the years. You saw that as Sidney coach of the boys, and John Willoughby coached at Houston for a long time Russia boys coach. Paul Bremichin coached at Russia for a long time and went to Troy for a couple years before back coaching the Russia girls now. So you've seen some of these Miami Valley League schools get coaches from some of the smaller area schools. Miami East, a part of the Three Rivers Conference. And, Coach Bruce Vanover, very familiar in Miami County. Coached just across the way here in Sidney at Lehman Catholic, the boys. Coached Graham boys and also Miami East girls. So 4 different varsity programs he's coached. And had a 17-7 record last year coaching at Miami East. As Piqua throws up a shot there, it's no good. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Sidney basketball. As Carroll comes in for Piqua along with Ashlyn Sullivan. Ball on the left side over to Reagan Clark. Gives up over to Kendall Dickman. Dickman's shot is no good. Ball up ahead to Bragg. Bragg on the right wing. Bragg gonna fire a 3. It's no good. Rebound down to Kimora Johnson. 3:34 to go here in the 4th quarter. 49-10. Sidney over Piqua here on the First National Bank First scoreboard as the running clock is initiated. Dickman throws up the shot from the 4th quarter, or from the short corner. Rims in and out. As Carroll turns the ball over. As Brookhart will come out of the game. And Logan Spradlin returns back to the lineup for Piqua. In the corner to Dickman, back over to Reagan Clark. Clark only 1 point tonight. Been very quiet. Try to get it into Alexis Wilson. It's turned over. Spradlin shot is no good from the left wing. On the left wing, over to Reagan Clark. Clark gonna fire a three, it's no good. Johnson gets the rebound. And Sidney gonna turn it over. Coach Bruce Vanover shouting out to his girls, I want to run a play here. And he kind of went fast on the last two possessions. And Johnson picks the pocket there. Going to the basket, shot is no good. Dickman trying to help get the rebound, and it'll be Sidney basketball. Schroyer on the left side over to Reagan Clark. Clark over to Johnson. And it looks like Sidney will get their 11th win of their season. All of their wins have come in Miami Valley League play, as Clark on the left wing. Shot is no good. Rebound down to Piqua, over to Ashlyn Sullivan. Only one senior on this Piqua team, that's Mihaela Bragg. You know, and she has the basketball at the current moment. Pass off over to Sullivan. Goes over to Spradlin. Spradlin on the left wing. Shot bangs out. Dickman tracks it down in the corner. And Alexis Wilson going to try to track it down. Dickman just keeps it in bounds as Schroyer brings up the floor. So Sidney will move to 11-3 on the season, as Piqua will fall to 2-11 as Bean gets the steal. It's stolen right back by Kimora Johnson. They get it up over to Alexis Wilson. Wilson throws it up and is fouled. Alexis Wilson will go to the line, and that might do it here as the clock continues to roll. It's 49-10, and they'll line them up as Alexis Wilson will shoot some free throws. Sidney will clear it out. Alexis Wilson at the line will shoot and miss the first one, and she'll get one more free throw here as time is about ready to expire. Shot is no good. She tries to get her own rebound, gets blocked, and that'll be all. As it's 49-10, Sidney over Piqua. We would like to thank our sponsors here on NKTelco Sports. They are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, or Emerson Copeland, I should say, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, timeout sponsors brought to you by Precision Strip, our starting lineup sponsors, Emerson Copeland, and our player of the game, which I'll announce here in a little bit, is brought to you by NKTelco. Our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. We'd also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and on nktelco.com/sports. Let's take a look at the individual scoring here tonight here on NKTelco Sports. First, taking a look here for the Piqua Indians as they fall 49-10 to the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Taking a look here for the Piqua Indians, there's 4 points from Devea Cooper, and then 2 each for Mihaela Bragg, Logan Spradlin, and Abby Brookhart. On the flip side, for the Sidney Yellow Jackets, they were led by Allie Stockton with 22 points. Larkin Vordemark had 9. There was 10 points from Jordan Scully, and 2 from Lexi Brewer, 1 from Reagan Clark, and 2 from Jada Schroyer. Scoring after quarters was 19-0 Sidney after one quarter. It was 41-6 Sidney at halftime, 46-8 Sidney after three quarters. And our final on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard was Sidney 49 and Piqua 10. So Sidney moves to 11-3 on the season. Piqua falls to 2-11. Piqua will be back in action again in Miami Valley League play Saturday as they play host in the Garberry Gymnasium against Tippecanoe. That's a 10:30 tip time against Tippecanoe according to the Miami Valley League website. And they will next play Tippecanoe Saturday. Sidney will be back in action on Saturday at home here at the Hive against Stebbins. That's a game that I'll be on the call for along with Scott Fry Saturday here from the Hive, so you can catch that game here on NKTelco Sports. The JV tip approximately about 10:30 and the varsity game to follow right afterwards. And then Sidney will take a trip over to the Classic in the Country and take on Fort Erie International out of Canada on Sunday. So Sidney advances to 11-3 on the season, a perfect 11-0 in the Miami Valley League as well. So before we leave here tonight, we'd like to name our NKTelco player of the game. And our NKTelco player of the game is going to go to none other than Allie Stockton. And Stockton has just been fantastic. The Findlay commit, 22 points on the night, all 22 points coming in that first half. And the future Findlay Oiler led Sidney to a big lead and helped them get that running clock in the second half and really helped propel Sidney to this victory here tonight over the Piqua Indians. So for the final time here tonight, before we sign off again, Allie Stockton, our NKTelco player of the game, congratulations to her. But before we sign off here tonight, we'd like to remind you for a final time that the Sidney Yellow Jackets defeat the Piqua Indians 49-10. My name's Brandon Coverman. Glad you can join us here on NKTelco Sports, and we'll catch you here next time.